Welcome in, everybody. Today I'm going to introduce you to a website, a fantastic website. It's called Desmos.com. All right, so enter that into your URL, desmos.com, and let's find out what it is. It's a graphing calculator. It does a really good job of visually representing some of the things we do in math. All you need to do is click on the big red button for Desmos.com. So today we have this problem where this lady is sampling fish in a pond, and some of them have lice. What a drag. So I've already collected the data for these 5 samples, and I'm going to enter that into Desmos. So here's how I'm going to do it. In Desmos, I can enter a lot of things, but for our purposes today, we're going to use a table. So go to the plus sign, tap on table, and voila. Now, I'm not saying that we'll always need x1 as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so those might change. So I'm going to enter the data that I collected from our fish page over here. All right, but I noticed that on my first sample, I should have 4, so I tapped in there and I clicked and I deleted, and I'm going to put 4. Let me show you how to do that with the iPad keyboard. The iPad keyboard, put the tap right there, and then go ahead and right here is your delete button on the keypad. So make sure you tap that, and now I can enter my 4. Very smooth. But now here's the deal. How do I get over here to this cell on the right? You can tap there for sure, or you can use these awesome arrow keys to go to the left or right. So if you tap on these, it'll move your cursor left, move it right. It's fantastic. So I'm going to take about a minute to go ahead and do that and enter the data that I collected from Agile Mind page. All right, see you in a few. So I went ahead and entered all of my data over here into the table, but I don't see anything. I know, I just told you guys that this is going to visually represent what we collected. So let's get rid of our keypad, and what I can do is I can click or tap on the coordinate plane, hold down, and now move the coordinate plane. That's cool. Oh, there's a few of my dots up here. Click and drag down. I'll get a few of them. This is nice. I can see some of them. Can't see all of them. There they are, getting better. Alright, so this is kind of tough for me to see, so I want this to pop out at my eyes so I can see it better. And what I can do is go up to the wrench up here, and I'm going to look for projector mode. And projector mode is fantastic, so click on that and watch the dots. Whoa, look at that. They pop out. How nice is that? But I also noticed that I still can't see down here this x-axis that used to be there. So what I can do is I can go ahead and zoom to the default, which puts me back at the original settings, or I can go to zoom out and just keep tapping zoom out until hey, there are the dots. Nice. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the line of best fit for these dots. So I'm going to perform a little magic, and I'm going to use the keyboard for you guys to stay with me. So here it is. I'm going to add an expression. And when I add an expression, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell it to look at the information in my table. So here's what I'm going to do, people. I'm going to go Y, and then 1, which essentially is saying, hey, Desmos, look at the answers or the numbers in this column. Okay? Then I'm going to use a special symbol. I think it's called the tilde. And so what I did was I tapped on the ABC to get me the alphabet here keys. And there it is. It's this little squiggly line. So tap on that. Go back to the other part of the keyboard. So you have numbers and all that. And find X. And 1. So then what I'm doing is like, hey, look at the values in X1. But I got to do one little trick. You'll notice this orange line arrived, but it's nowhere near those green dots. So put your cursor right in front of the X, right there. Okay. I'm going to type one letter, just one more letter. I'm going to choose M. Whoa, magic powers of M. So now what I'm going to do is look at that line and say, wow, it's actually pretty close to all those points. I like that. Okay, why is that important? Because it's the line of best fit. Now what I'm going to do is, you'll notice I'm going to kind of click and drag, but I'm a little worried here because this thing is supposed to say, hey, account for 285 fish. So if I'm looking at my graph, right now this line tells me, well, if I have 40 fish, 40 fish, about 9 of those fish will have lice. Okay, or right here, 30 fish. If I collect 30 fish, about 6 or 7 of them will have lice. Okay, but we want to find 285 fish for our pond. So what you can do is, instead of just like pinching and zooming forever and moving all the time, stuff like that, or if you accidentally click the default, oh no, here's what you can do. Go up to the wrench and see this y-axis? We want this y-axis to go all the way up to 285. I'm going to go actually a little past it, so I'm going to click right here. And let's go like 300. And then I'm going to tap out of that, click out of that, and there's 300. Nice. The only unfortunate thing is I can't tell where 285 is. Okay, so I'm going to just keep zooming out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. And I notice that this guy, it's still struggling. Now I lost the orange line. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go back up here and go to X and say, well, maybe my prediction should be about 100 fish. Let's see what happens there. Ooh, this is better. So let me go find 285. 285. Oh, there, it's pretty close. So about 64 of these fish, 65 of these fish should have lice. And that is a bummer for them.